What happens when a Michelin star chef from modern-day Seoul suddenly finds herself face-to-face with a tyrant king from 500 years ago? A fight for survival, a battle of flavors, and a time-slip romance begins. This is Bon Appétit, Your Majesty. The story begins in France, where Ji-yeong, a brilliant chef trained in the toughest kitchens, is competing in a high-stakes cooking contest. The judges are amazed by her bold choices, and when the results are announced, Ji-yeong wins. She's not just a contestant anymore, she's on the path to becoming the head chef at a 3-Michelin star restaurant. For Ji-yeong, it feels like nothing can stop her. But fate intervenes. On her flight back to Seoul, Ji-yeong pulls out an old cookbook, an heirloom from her father. She notices stains on the pages and wipes them clean, curious about the Joseon-era recipes inside. Just then, a solar eclipse darkens the sky. The air grows heavy, and suddenly Ji-yeong is swallowed by light. When she opens her eyes, she's no longer in a plane. She's standing in a dense forest, dressed in her modern clothes, surrounded by birdsong and silence. It's here that she meets King Yi-yeong, the feared tyrant of Joseon. He's out hunting when he spots Ji-yeong. Stunned by her strange clothes and bizarre words like mobile phone and actor, the king immediately suspects she's a ghost. Ji-yeong, equally terrified, waves around her light stick as a weapon, thinking this is some sort of medieval cosplay. Their hilarious misunderstanding sets the tone for their rocky relationship. Before either of them can make sense of the situation, rebels attack. Arrows fly, swords clash, and chaos erupts. Ji-yeong and Yi-yeong are forced to run together. In the chase, they fall off a cliff, plunging into the forest below. Both survive, but Yi-yeong is injured. Despite her fear, Ji-yeong can't ignore her instincts as a chef. She uses herbs and techniques from her training to treat his wounds. The king watches her carefully, suspicious but also curious. Who exactly is this woman? Lost and wary, Ji-yeong encounters Gilgum, a displaced palace maid hiding in the restricted hunting zone. Gilgum becomes her first ally in Joseon, offering shelter and basic guidance, crucial survival tools for someone out of time. With Gilgum's help, Ji-yeong concocts her first official fusion dish, gochujang butter bibimbap, using gochujang and butter she carried from the future. When the king tastes it, his regal composure shatters. The flavor triggers a flood of memories of his late mother, and for a heartbeat, the tyrant softened. Just as an emotional breakthrough seems possible, palace troops burst in. Ji-yeong and Gilgum are seized and dragged away, accused of treason. The screen cuts to black. Will Ji-yeong's cooking save her, or is she doomed to be punished for it? Ji-yeong and Gilgum locked away at Governor Hong's estate, accused of defying authority. They are under strict guard, isolated from everyone and everything familiar. Ji-yeong is handed an opportunity and a threat. She proposes a high-stakes deal. If she can cook a meal that impresses the guests, all the women walk free. If she fails, the consequences are deadly. The kitchen is poorly stocked, the tools outdated, but Ji-yeong draws on both modern and Joseon culinary skills to prepare. Faced with tough, unwieldy meat, Ji-yeong adapts her modern sous vide technique, without high-end equipment. She simmers it low and slow, securing tenderness. It's creativity under pressure. Impatience and skepticism. Governor Hong's cruel guests, Im Seo-hong and his son Im Song-jae, initially dismiss the meal. Ji-yeong defends her cooking. If they refuse to taste, she'll accept the consequences. And then, Lee-yeong appears. King Yi-yeong steps in and tastes the steak. He's moved by its flavor, even speaks of a hint of MSG, which deeply impresses him. His admiration spares Ji-yeong's life. He even inquires about her origins, and she calmly admits. She's from 500 years in the future. He thinks she's mad but clearly intrigued. Governor Hong's daughter Mi-yeong was supposed to be captured, but Ji-yeong helped set her free, disrupting palace politics and altering the course of history. Meanwhile, Yi-yeong retrieves Ji-yeong's bag containing the essential cookbook and uses it as leverage, throwing it off a cliff. But Ji-yeong vows to fetch it, and he takes note. Yi-yeong orders Ji-yeong and Gilgum brought inside the palace. They arrive at court, where Ji-yeong meets consort Kang Mok-ju, a powerful and calculating concubine. Mok-ju sizes her up with thinly veiled hostility. Clearly, this newcomer is starting to upset the court's delicate balance. Meanwhile, Prince Jason plots from the side, hinting at betrayal. The episode 3 of Bon Appétit, Your Majesty opens with King Yi-yeong's wounds being treated after the attack. Ji-yeong and Gilgum are thrown into prison, while consort Kang supervises the king's care. the royal doctor reveals something shocking. If not for an unknown ointment that had been applied, the king may not have survived. Kang immediately suspects Ji-yeong, the mysterious Gwynyo, but outwardly pretends not to care. Inside, though, she's already plotting Ji-yeong's downfall. She seeks out Im Sung-jae to learn more about Ji-yeong's background. While he doesn't offer much, Kang assumes he was the one who brought Ji-yeong to the king. Sung-jae hands over jewelry he discovered at Hong Gyeongdal's home, and although he knows Kang's tasks will invite retaliation, she insists he continue. Meanwhile, rumors spread through the palace kitchen that Ji-yeong might become the chief royal cook. For now, the other chefs dismiss it as gossip. At the same time, the Queen Dowager learns that Hong Gyeongdal has been accused of treason. She suspects the king may be acting out of personal vengeance, especially since Gyeongdal spoke ill of Mokju. Later that night, Ji-yeong and Giljeom are suddenly freed from prison, only to realize it was part of the king's plan all along. Yi-hyun stages their escape as a cruel lesson, warning them never to run again. To make his point, he orders Giljeom to be branded with a hot iron. Ji-yeong falls to her knees begging for mercy, and Yi-hyun relents, sparing her friend. Lesson delivered. But the king is hungry. Ji-yeong is commanded to cook for him immediately. With limited ingredients, it seems impossible, until Giljeom's sharp nose leads them to deer meat the king himself hunted. Luckily, it's already cured. Ji-yeong gets to work, crafting an elaborate meal inspired by haute cuisine of Versailles. That night, she personally serves Yi-hyun. Drunk and relaxed, the king asks her to explain the royal eoseon. Her dishes stir something deeper. When he tastes her deer tongue recipe, he's reminded of his mother's cooking. For the first time, he feels comfort, almost as if Ji-yeong knows exactly what he craves. He even has her feed him directly, a startlingly intimate moment. Of course, consort Kang barges in, furious to find Ji-yeong with the king. Yi-hyun dismisses her, sending her back to her quarters, making it clear Ji-yeong now holds his favor. Meanwhile, Sung-jae approaches Ji-yeong with an offer of alliance. The ministers, however, see Ji-yeong as a threat. Many call her an evil spirit, insisting she be punished like a traitor. The entire court pressures Yi-hyun, but instead of condemning Ji-yeong, he shocks everyone, appointing her as the chief royal chef, declaring that he genuinely values her cooking. Kang, cornered, turns to the Queen Dowager, claiming Ji-yeong is using her skills to bewitch the king. While Ji-yeong prepares for her new role with a fresh outfit, she soon realizes the other chefs resent her. The episode ends with Ji-yeong summoned before the Queen Dowager. She declares that Ji-yeong must compete for her position. The stakes couldn't be higher. If she loses, her arms will be cut off. Just as the competition is about to begin, Yi-hyun intervenes, saying every chef must face the same punishment if they fail. Ji-yeong's modern knowledge and historical insights may be her only chance to survive.
And that Episode 4 of Bon Appétit, Your Majesty begins with Dowager setting up a cooking competition with the theme of filial piety. The required ingredients, doenjang, or soybean paste, and tofu. Yi-hyun joins the tasting, making the stakes even higher. As the contest begins, the male cooks grab all the good ingredients, leaving Ji-yeong with scraps. She decides to make her father's doenjang pasta, a dish filled with personal memories, but quickly realizes it won't win over the queen. Ji-yeong notices the Queen Dowager's weak hands and signs of anemia. Talking to the eunuch gives her a new idea. Instead of showing off, she should give the queen a taste of her childhood. She adds spinach to her dish, but the real secret ingredient comes when she requests clams. At first, the Dowager refuses, but Yi-hyun supports Ji-yeong's request, though he threatens to cut off her arms if she loses. Meanwhile, Giljeom is attacked by one of the consort's women, but the mysterious jester, Yi Jung-gyun, saves her. Ji-yeong prepares a simple doenjang soup with clams and spinach. The Dowager wants to dismiss it immediately, but Yi-hyun insists everyone taste it first. At first glance, it looks unimpressive, just soup. But once they taste it, everyone is shocked. The flavor reminds the Dowager of her mother and of the Seomjin River doenjang she once ate as a child. Ji-yeong wins the contest. Yi-hyun tries to assert authority by threatening to cut off the other cook's hands, but Ji-yeong pleads for mercy. Surprisingly, the Dowager sides with her, revealing she only wanted to teach Ji-yeong a lesson for serving Yi-hyun deer, something he despises because it reminds him of his father. The king eventually backs down, though not without suspicion. The royal consort warns Ji-yeong to forget Ji-yeong and stop thinking about his late mother. When she mentions rumors about Ji-yeong, Ji-yeong angrily dismisses her. His health begins to falter again, showing his inner turmoil. That night, Ji-yeong makes her father's doenjang pasta for Ji-yeong. At first, he's offended by the repetition, but she shows him the proper way to eat it. He eventually devours the dish and admits it feels special. They talk about her being from the future and the mysterious book, Mangun Rock. Later, Ji-yeong paints the pasta dish and renames his notebook Mangun Rock. At the same moment, Ji-yeong's book in the forest disappears, proving they're connected. It's revealed that the jester is the same assassin who once tried to kill Ji-yeong. At the same time, the man searching for answers about Ji-yeong's mother mysteriously disappears. Late at night, Ji-yeong is woken to prepare a snack for the drunken king. When she delivers it, he pulls her close onto his pillow and unexpectedly kisses her. Ji-yeong is shocked, and next week, things will get messy when Ji-yeong forgets what he did. And that wraps up episode 4 of Bon Appétit, Your Majesty. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our recap of episode 5. See you next time on Soul Stories.